let's talk about thinking about points, focusing on points with
Yeah.
intention. It's a little bit different, not that easy, but you can do it. For example, everything that we've been talking about today can be done through intention as well. This takes more practice, but it's also a fun practice to do because it's a challenge. For example, if you take your palm, so let me stand up, move this out of the way. Okay, so if you take your palm and now think about your palm, in other words, put your palm like here so it's not vibrating on its own, because if you hold it this way, the blood will flow out and it'll start tingling. But just put it about here. Now look at your palm. At first, just look at it. Do you see anything happening when you look at it? This is a test. We're going to try you at the end on this. Anybody see anything changing? Just by looking. You're focusing on the palm. Don't think about much of anything else, just your palm. Can you see anything? Can you feel anything?
Getting warmer and tingling.
Warmer, tingling. How about color?
My palm is turning more red, and then the capillaries open. Like
Yep. Yeah, you feel it turning red, right?
Yeah, it's turning redder.
I don't know if you can see on...
That's watching.
My palm got pretty red. Because you're thinking about it. When you think about something, you're actually moving energy that way. So, for example, there's a couple of exercises you can do that are real, not that easy. Let's say you don't have to go to the bathroom. You don't have to pee. But here's an exercise. Go to the bathroom and try to pee when you don't have to. The reason why that is really difficult, you've got to focus, literally get your brain focused on that area, on the bladder, on the genitals, so that you can go. If you don't have to go, it's like, I don't really need to go. If you go to a doctor's office and say, you have to pee in the tube, I don't need to pee. So you have to figure out, how do I get it in that tube? Same idea. You're thinking about it. You're moving organs to give you what you want. So for example, that's one exercise. Try that and see how hard is it? How long does it take for you to get there? Now, if you're sitting on the toilet or whatever, like an hour, okay, that's cheating, because by then you'll probably have to pee anyway. But you're trying to do it with your brain, with your mind, with your focus and intention. If you feel, let's say you want to feel any part of your body, you can focus on that part of the body. For example, some of the points that Richard was talking about, like your conception point right there. Now that's an interesting point, because like Richard said, that also ties into depression. Well, isn't it funny that that point is right over the stomach, where serotonin is created, as well as the precursors to dopamine, norepinephrine. Those are all the neurotransmitters. They start in the stomach and they work their way up through the blood-brain barrier into the brain, into the different parts of the brain. So the Chinese, when they were figuring this out, maybe they didn't know about norepinephrine or any of that stuff, or dopamine, but they sure had a good idea of what was there, because that would trigger that. There used to be that joke saying, it wasn't a joke saying, it was an old saying years ago of the way to a man's heart is his stomach. Well, that's not far from the truth. That's the way to anybody's heart, because if your stomach is happy and healthy, guess what? So is the brain, because that's where all of the pre-neurotransmitters and neurotransmitters get created. So it makes for an interesting exercise. If you can focus your energy in this area, there's a good chance you may actually feel better mentally, not just because you're touching it. You can touch it, but if you just focus on the area, that can make a big difference. You can focus on any center you want. You can focus on your neck, on your back, on all of that.